Okay, we're going to be doing a video on the Delta Force 2 information. I wanted to share this. This is from Wikipedia. It says this article is about the video game for the feature film. See Delta Force 2, the Colombian Connection. For the TV movie, see Operation Delta Force. So you right here see Delta Force 2. That's the and then here the article. This article needs additional citations for verifications. Please improve this article for adding citations to reliable sources. Unsourced material may be challenged and removed. Okay, so I'm just documenting this here, that just in case they remove it. So Delta Force 2 is a tactical first-person shooter video game developed by Novalogic and released in 1999. It says it is the second game in the Delta Force series and was followed by Delta Force Land Warrior, and 1 year later the game was re-released in 2009 on Steam. So Delta Force 2, Delta Force Land Warrior was 1 year later, so that was in 2000. And it says here the game was released in 2009 on Steam. You look over here, we'll go over here first and then go down here. Delta Force 2, developer was Novalogic, publishers was Novalogic, producers was WES, ECKHART, designers was Steve McNally, programmers was Daniel Gaetano, artist was Keith Rust and Rod Parlon, composers was Tom Hayes and Eric Kuehni. The engine was Voxel Space, platform was Microsoft Windows, release was NA November 3rd, 1999. PAL, it's February 25th, 2000. Genre is a tactical first-person shooter game. Mode and single player, multiplayer. But these are the ones that you need to contact if you needed any assistance or whatever. These individuals. Novalogic went to another company, and I'm going to click on that in a second. We're going to go back up here. I'm going to give you information on that. Some of this information I've already did a video about it in the credits. But we'll go back up here to Novalogic and we'll look into that just in a little bit. See, we'll talk about that. The player assumes the role of a Delta Force operative who takes part in missions across the globe. The action takes place in vast outdoor environments, and combat distances reach up to several hundred meters. The game has an emphasis on realism, with human enemies and the player alike being very vulnerable to damage from weapons and projectiles, being subject to wind conditions. Says here, missions consist of a series of objectives. While navigation points indicate what to do, the player is free to approach the targets as he sees fit. Objectives typically involve eliminating all hostile presence in a specific location, rescuing hostages, or destroying enemy vehicles and facilities. Many missions features allied Delta Force teams which follow commands predetermined by the mission design, and who can also be issued orders by the player. The player can view the positions of nearby enemies and friendly units through the use of a mini-map on their HUD. Right here, so here, first-person view while lying prone on top of a truck. It says the game engine. The game continues to use Novologic's proprietary voxel space engine from its earlier games, including the original Delta Force and the Comanche series of helicopter combat simulators, known for its ability to render vast landscapes. This updated version of the engine is dubbed Voxel Space 32, as it is optimized for a 32-bit graphics card and does not support 16-bit cards anymore. All terrain is visualized by voxels, while any characters, vehicles, structures or other details are polygonal. Unlike its predecessor, Delta Force 2 supports hardware acceleration. A new feature in Delta Force 2's version of the engine are stretched voxels, which allow to simulate high grass, capable of masking characters at any distance. Mission editor. The game includes a mission editor which allows the user to place objects, enemies, and objectives in one of the game's existing landscapes. So here it says the view of the voxel terrain taken while parachuting. It says the game received average reviews according to video game reviewing aggregator, Game Ranking, Computer Gaming World, Brett Todd. The game for abysmal graphics, non-existent sound effects, and a lack of background information on the missions. He also criticized the need to carefully scan the screen for small enemies in the distance, as well as the game's poor performance, forcing the player to play on a small resolution even on high-end hardware, and further worsening the trouble with spotting enemies. He praised the mission design and multiplayer mode for up to 50 players. However, GameSpot's Michael E. Ryan was more enthusiastic. He particularly praised the mission design, calling it generally excellent and noting that the missions are usually realistic and believable, with some exceptions more inspired by action films. He also praised the game's multiplayer mode and the sound design. Eric Bratcher of Next Generation, let's see what that says, Next Generation, said of the game, not quite as tense or pretty as Rainbow Six. This is still a great game for the Green Beret wannabes. The game received a Silver Sales Award from the Entertainment and Leisure Software Publishers Association, indicating a sale of at least 100,000 copies in the United Kingdom. Now, I remember buying this game years ago, and it was by accident. It was actually it was a 2-disc deal, and I received this right here, the Rainbow Six thing, and I still have it. I believe I still possibly might have the Rainbow Six. And Rainbow Six ain't nothing compared. I don't know why people saying that this is Rainbow Six is better than Delta Force 2. I disagree. I think Delta Force 2 is far more better, in my opinion. And this is the information right here. I'm going to click back over here, and where it says Nova Logic, and we'll look over that. Of course, they started in '85. Now look at this right here. John Garcia. He's the one that founded Nova Logic. And this is who you would have to, I'm not going to go through this. This is a long, long article. And this is what they created. I'll just go through what they created. Bobby, Arkanoid, they created a bunch of games from '85 until later. Let's see. I'm gonna get down to where they deal with Delta Force. They had all these other helicopter games and everything, and all right, I'm gonna here. If you go back, Delta Force. This was the first one. Released in 1998. I haven't played that one in a while. Delta Force 2, that's the one we're talking about. Delta Force Land Warrior, I played that one. I actually played this one, Tacky on the Fridge. I don't know if I'll be able to get that back again. Delta Force Trilogy compilation. I wonder what that was. Delta Force Urban Warfare. I need to get that one. Delta Force Task Dagger. I wonder if I've got this one here, the Urban Warfare. If I don't, I'm going to get it. Delta Force Task Force Dagger. Let's see. Sorry. Here's the Delta Force Black Hawk Down. I played that one. Now I gotta warn people about this one. This uses up a lot of memory on your computer. I had to get technical support from Nova World or one of those places to help me get that off my computer. It will use up a lot of memory on your computer, and it's almost impossible to get it off your computer if you have that downloaded. It uses a whole bunch of memory on your computer, so I would not advise downloading Delta Force Black Hawk Down on your computer. Here's another one, Delta Force Black Hawk Down Team Saber. There's Delta Force Extreme, I've got that one. There's another one, Delta Force Extreme 2. Now here's one that says Delta Force Boot Camp compilation. I wonder what that one's about. And then they had another one they were going to release after 2009 that they canceled. The Delta Force Angel Falls. So, like I said, that's what they had in their series. So there you go.